Hey, what is happening, YouTube? What is happening? It is Craig Harris, and I'm a little bit late. Give me a quick second here. Let me get my Craig Weiser. All right, now I got my Craig Weiser. So what is happening, guys? It is, what is today? Hell, it is Tuesday. It is January 9th, all righty, 2018. And, or is it Monday? I'm sorry, my God. It's Monday the 8th. Man, I'm all over the map, aren't I? It's Monday, January 8th. I apologize for the Freudian slip there. So I apologize for that. For that. So, but what is going on, people? So tonight is the national title game. We got some gaming news, got Microsoft getting game studios and things like that. And I think that's a good thing, although my opinion on that, they should have done that in the first place. That's just my opinion. But what is happening out there? It is noon, a little bit afternoon. I apologize for being late. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Shout out to everybody who's going to be taking the podcast, listening later on. Shout out finally to Jimmy B Gaming for doing another ride along with Jimmy. It's been a while since we've had one of those. I appreciate those. I enjoy watching those. You know, shout out to everybody else. Titanfall Princess, she came by the podcast yesterday to listen. Shout out to everybody. J-Dub City, Sick Humor that came by yesterday. Big shout out to them. Shout out to Fatal for coming through. Gaminator for coming through. I do appreciate it. You know, like I said, and a real big, like I said, big shout out again to Fatal, because he and One Stop, they're the reasons why I'm on YouTube. I love their podcast with the Dream Team. Just it was different personalities and this people talking about gaming, very informative. I missed that podcast, so that's why I'm podcasting. So big shout out to Bear for that. I'm sorry, Fatal for that. So but it's that podcast alone. Hope they put another dream team together, or hell, maybe we'll put one together or something like that. Call it Dream Team Redo. But shout out to everybody out there from the left coast to which is the West Coast, to the East Coast. So what's going on? Everybody that's hopefully you all are staying warm on the East Coast. The weather has been brutal, absolutely brutal. If it makes any difference to you all, I just went to the store. It's 36 degrees, right? I just went to the store in shorts. It's been so cold outside that having the ability to having shorts on at 36 degrees feels good. That's how cold it is outside. You know, it's brutal. You know, so but it feels good. So. So what is going on? As you can see, got some Xbox news here. Going to do some Wakanda 101. Got some Q&A to do. Got about six or seven questions from people for everything from the Black Panther movie to just gaming in general, things like that. Also, let me give you all a T-shirt update on what happened with the T-shirts. The people that did it, instead of printing out a little bit more, they printed out a little bit more. So those T-shirts they're gonna have to redo those. So they're wanting to redo them, but I'm also looking around again because I may just get my money back from them. I told them I'd let them know something on Friday because those shirts should have been ready. I wanted those shirts ready the first week of January. They were, but they printed it out wrong. So, but this FYI, I want everybody to know the shirts. Let me also give a big shout out to Foxy Games and Sean Fox over in the UK. And he complimented me yesterday on the podcast how everything seems to be going kind of like I'm stepping everything up, and he complimented the podcast and the interaction with everybody, the comments. And that's because of you guys. So I want to give you all another big shout out again to everybody that comes by, the ones who take the time to leave the comments, because believe it or not, again, I do read the comments on YouTube to put out podcast or whatever, they won't even read their comments. And I've always said they claim they're too busy to read the comments. And I've always said to you all, if you feel like you're too busy to read your comments, those are the people that are stopping by to, at the bare minimum, listen to the content. And then they are, again, leaving a message, whether support, dissension, whatever. There's a lot of people who will not even interact in their own comment section. So, but I want you all to know I always do. I always read my comments, good or bad. The ones that not just the ones that are oh man, great podcast, stuff like that. Though I appreciate those, but I also like the ones that disagree, because there's legitimate space here for you to disagree. People who don't know how to do that and be they want to be disagreeable. Like shout out to Jimmy V Gaming, like he said this morning, there's a group of people who they can't be bargained with, they can't be reasoned with, they want it's to the death, and so those are the people that you got to look out for and quite frankly avoid. So I've always said to people, like, let's just take the Xbox One X. Let's take the news that they are putting out, they're going to come out with more games. Well, okay, the first thing, my instinct is to say, why is this even news? They put out a gaming console with, so they should have games ready. So my whole thing is Microsoft put the cart before the horse. They built the roof with no foundation. Okay, it's whatever. It's a swimming pool without water. Use whatever metaphor you want to use. So when people say that, they automatically get accused. Well, you're bashing the Xbox. You're bashing. You're not being fair to them. It's like, no, they've got a console with no games, meaning that there's nothing new for the console. Okay, not that it doesn't have anything to play. It's just you can play that on a PC, or you can play that on another console. But they're under this impression that doesn't matter. And it does matter when you look at what consumers go to buy. If somebody's giving you a similar presentation, not the same, a similar presentation, then it's silly. It's silly to pay more when you're getting less. Now you can claim, well, we have better, the games look better over here, things like that. And that's fine. I mean, but again, to me, let me make this clear, to me, it should look better. Okay, if I put out a more powerful engine and put on a motorcycle, I said this to Cycle Gamer, because he's a bike, he rides. So if I put out another engine at a year later and it's more powerful, don't you expect that engine to perform better? His answer is yes, and it will be over 100 times. So again, a game looking better, running better on the Xbox, that's what it's supposed to do. Okay, now you can ask Cycle Gamer, anybody, a question again, is about an engine. If the performance is only 0.2, 0.4, 0.9, or 1 point, let's just say it's the average of less than 2% on average. Is it going to say that 2% is worth it? And other people are going to say, no, it's not. So it's not that somebody's right and somebody's wrong. There's a median there, there's a line there. And most people, when they're going to pay more, they want a much bigger, significant performance. The Xbox X so far, and look, it was 2 months old, so happy birthday to the Xbox X. It was 2 months old yesterday on the 7th of January. So that's just the reality. So, but that's what's going on. So when you see these people, whether they're on Twitter or Instagram, doesn't matter, YouTube, and they're making videos about the console having games announced for it, and you hear the excitement in their voice, it's like, again, your instinct, my instinct is to say, isn't that what they should be doing in the first place? Wasn't that the plan? I mean, why put the hardware out? Why put the cart before the horse? That's what my instinct says. But the people that have tweeted me saying how ridiculous that they're acting, have to really understand something. The lying, the hypocrisy, it works for them. Shout out to Porter Rock 77 because he did a video yesterday that was saying, and he's right. People that championed Digital Foundry when the games came out, you know, every time a game comes out and Digital Foundry says it looks like this, like the one game that they said looks like soup on the PlayStation. And it did look like soup. I played it, you know, Shadow of War. They championed that. They bragged about it. They were like, oh, look at this. But now it's their frauds, their Pony Foundry. And they don't understand that it's like, do you not know, like Porter Rock said, I'm paraphrasing him, do you not know we don't know who you are? You see what I'm saying? Do you see the hypocrisy there? So it's on one hand, it's, well, we're going to champion Digital Foundry or whoever, NX Gaming. We're going to champion them when they say something good, but as soon as they offer a criticism or something's not, and this so everybody knows they did, meaning Digital Foundry, this is me stopping myself, they updated the red out thing, and it's still not 2160p. And it's brand new. They're going to do a brand new video on it. I'm sure that video will post either later today, out now, it'll post later today or early tomorrow. So that's where we're at. But understand, it's like they're saying, if Digital Foundry says something good, we're going to champion Digital Foundry. But as soon as they say something bad, or I didn't even say something bad, they give a tech analysis that's not, it shows the X in a good light, we're going to tear them down. Now, because that's what they think. They think, you know, and there's a part of the Xbox community that still believes that if the games don't look and run better, it's because the developer has been lazy. They don't want to do it. And the people with that criticism don't know the first thing about programming or anything. It's just a bunch of fanboys. So you got to look at it, try to look at it from a critical thinking standpoint. And it's like, okay, you can call out their hypocrisy. You can call out their BS. You can call out the back and forth and them flip-flopping like an old hamburger patty, you know, but they're not going to say anything. Me, Craig Harris, I'm on Twitter now with a picture of my Elite Dangerous ship. I do believe I finally signed up to Twitter the correct way. So if you all want to check out my Twitter feed, check out my Elite Dangerous ship and what it looks like. It's called the 6T flop. If everybody wants to know what they're looking at, what my ship looks like outside in, that's what it looks like outside in. I can't control the color of it because you got to pay Frontier money to change the color of the ship, which is garbage. Garbage. I mean, I'm all for microtransactions and aesthetics, but for Christ's sake, it doesn't have the base colors, blue, orange, green, red. I can't change my ship color. So that's disappointing. Okay, that's disappointing. So, but with that said, however, we're moving on. But that's what you're dealing with for the people, and that's part of the Q&A. Somebody wanted to know, Snake Eyes 21. They wanted to know why the Xbox community is all of a sudden celebrating games when they should have. That's what they should have been asking for. Just imagine had but they didn't want the games hardware, and they're so hurt by what NPD did. Think about what they did. Now let's look at this critically. The Xbox One S and the Xbox X. Okay. The Xbox X is more powerful than the Pro, and it does a little bit more. I mean, you know that. That's the moniker here on this podcast. But the Xbox One S isn't as powerful as the base PlayStation or the PS4 Slim. Okay, they conveniently leave that out. So on one hand, I've said to people before, you can say that the Xbox One X is more powerful because that's true. But you're going to caveat that by saying the PlayStation Slim is more powerful than the Xbox One S. And the S is what, 2 years older? Because the S came out in 16, so it's 3 years older. And it came out opposite, and the PlayStation Pro came out a year, 50 days after the X came out, or the S came out, I'm sorry. 50 days after the Xbox One S came out, the Pro came out. So the Pro and the Xbox One S came out in the same calendar year within the same quarter, Q3 or Q4. Or maybe I think the Xbox X, I better correct myself. The Xbox S came out in Q3, I think. And the Pro came out in Q4. So, Craig Weiser. So, wouldn't it make sense, this thinking critically, to compare the Pro to the S because they came out the same year? They came out the same year. But see, they don't do that because they're so desperate to get to say, look at how much better. Okay, so let's stop with look at how much better. Okay, it's not that much better. I'm not here to say it's not a little bit better because it is a little bit better. It's a little bit more. But it's not significant. For every one game you can say is significantly better, which is only one game that I know of, and that's Shadow of War, a Titanfall 2. There's a Project Cars 2. You can keep going. Call of Duty World War II, okay? There's games like that that aren't significantly better. Okay, that's just a reality, okay? They can say all they want about Forza Motorsport 7, which I think is a really good game, but Gran Turismo, again, on the weaker hardware, you can argue, you can argue whether Gran Turismo looks better. You can argue that, okay? That's an argumentative point. You can't argue that it's running on weaker hardware, and it still looks arguably just as good or not better. You see what I'm saying? That's the critical thinking that I'm bringing in 2018. I did my little fanboy thing. I called them out about as much as you can be called out. They got money, because they're that stupid. There's really nothing I can say that's going to trump that. They're that stupid. Now, and have I been on their podcast to say that they're that stupid? No, they're not going to invite me on their podcast because I'll call them stupid. With that said, everybody knows it. I would be literally telling you guys something that you already know. Okay? So that's just a reality. But let me come back over to the chat. But PUBG, let me get to this. PUBG, the latest PUBG Xbox One patch, improves performance, makes vehicles more dangerous. So it says the long road to a full release. And so shout out to everybody that's got PUBG. Again, I wouldn't have bought it because I wouldn't have paid for it in the state that it was in, running 1 frame per second or whatever it was. That's and shout out to Solid Rev, like he said 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's embarrassingly bad. I mean, that's about as divine as you can put it. It was embarrassingly bad. It was a bad game. So it is what it is. But yeah. So let me come back over to the chat. If I can, I'm literally trying to make it over to the chat because I went ahead and had to reset my computer, but it's actually running better. Chicken. So yeah, they wish my brother and cousin had an Xbox so I could gift them games, but they don't like Xbox. Yeah, that's fine. What's up, Jimmy Con? I saw you, this new sub, Jimmy Con. What's up, brother? No, this is not a fanboy. It's ridiculous. See, I find it funny. Yesterday, the Xbox guy tweeted out he's tired of all the stuff going on and he wishes it could get back to games. Well, maybe if that's where you had started, Xbox guy, you wouldn't feel like you feel now. It's obvious the X does a little bit more. Yeah, and it should. I mean, nothing that Xbox is doing is a surprise. Nothing. Okay, it is performing like Microsoft said it would perform. Now, you can argue whether it's doing everything they said, but for the most part, for what I understood about what they were going for, and I tried to tell this to Zaire, I said, look, you all need to sow your role because we don't know what these devs are going to do. They took the default position of, well, why wouldn't the devs do this, this, and this? I'm like, because they don't have to. They don't have, or maybe the hardware can't do what you all are preaching. And that's what it came down to. 90% of the games on the Xbox X that are multi-plat are dynamic 4K games. That's a reality. Because the Xbox guy will say, I'm bashing. When the proof is there. The proof is there that it's dynamic 4K. You're the one with the problem, Xbox guy. Nobody else here has that issue. So, So, oh man. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the Xbox. So, oh well, that's funny. Xbox guy, that the channel was holding pretty steady. So, doing cardio, Jimmy Con. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, what am I drinking? I am drinking a Craig Weiser, Mr. Sanchez. So, yeah, Fox had a very good thing. So, the only people that are leaving Xbox guy are people like you, and that's fine. I mean, you do not, if you're not here to learn something and offer something constructive, then I don't want you here. I want you here. So, into a plastic. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, Chris. I do not disagree at all. So, despite the fact I've been lucky enough to own every iteration of Microsoft's Xbox since it's been out. I'm lucky enough to be in that position. Lucky enough. Xbox guy says I'm a fanboy. I've owned more Xboxes than I have Sony products. Okay. Now I take that back. I've owned the PS1, a PS2, and the Xbox, and the PlayStation Pro and the PS4. So I've owned 4 Sony products, and I've owned an OG Xbox. I had 3 Xbox 360s. I had a Fat Boy Xbox One. I've got an Xbox One S, and now through the goodness, shout out to Kratos again, J-Dub City. I've got the X. So that's how many. So that's what. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th Xbox. They've been on market 14 years. Yeah, shut up, Xbox guy. I mean, really, shut up. Well, again, Chris Cobra. What's up, Spartan God? They are coming out with games. So and the way I look at it is that I look at it more about they are going to have, they put the cart before the horse. It's a swimming pool without water. With that said, however, if you want to, again, make the investment early and know that there's some games coming out, that's fine. I've always said when they come out with some games, I'll take it out of the box and play it. But till then, yeah, there's no reason for me to have Xbox Live and Gaming Pass. So if it ain't Sony and you don't bash it, there's nothing to bash with the Sony console. That's what you don't understand. They've sold 70 million consoles. So there's you tell me what's wrong with their console. You tell me what's wrong with it. Okay? Seriously, you tell me about it. So you got the chat right there. No, I'm asking you a specific question. Yeah, I know. I'm asking him a specific question, and he will not be able to answer it because you tell me what is to bash Sony about. Their TVs are too damn expensive, but that's got nothing to do with their console. So, I mean, it's a gaming console that plays games, period. That's it. So, yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do here. I got to work on that. I agree. So, their event have. No, I just asked you a question, and you can't answer it. Do you see what I'm saying? What's up, Savage? What's going on, brother? Yeah, I mean, the only people who think that these are the fanboy channels are on the Xbox side. Those are circle jerks in the worst way. So, like I said, my first news was about an Xbox game called something called a PUBG with their patch. Also, I did Xbox news on their console, on their games. Yet we're here bashing the Xbox. I'm saying, get out of here with your BS, dude. Just get out of here with that. And I'm asking you, what's wrong with the Sony console? And you won't answer because there is no answer. Yeah, he's not asked me any questions at all. And I asked him to put down what exactly they've done wrong, and he hasn't done that, has he? And because he's not going to be able to. So, all right, well, let's do some God of War 4 because the developer for God of War has come out and addressed some things. Shout out to Ryan. Yeah, they're far from perfect, and I'm saying, what have they done wrong? You know what? They need better customer service. Yes, we have. I don't know how many times that has to have said that. I literally went on a rampage because Elite Dangerous, the Horizons DLC, is cheaper on the Xbox than it is on the PlayStation. I did that a week ago. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. You know, I'm not going to keep going in on it. I'm just, I'll just buy it. Shout out to Trey BK for the donation. I'm going to buy it on Friday, and I'll stream it Friday afternoon. No company is perfect. I agree. I am critical. I'm even asking you all to be critical in the chat, and all you're doing is asking me to be critical of them. So I just told you something I said about them last week. I said, yeah, I would wish they had better customer service when it comes to their console, and I wish that their PSN game of Elite Dangerous Horizons was cheaper. That's about as critical as I can be of them right now. There you go. Great games, great experiences. So that's what they're doing right now. And again, they've sold 70 million plus consoles, and you are going to have to tell us all what they're doing wrong. Give me 3 things. I'm giving you 2 things. So you give me 2 up. You give me 2 things. I give you 2 things. You give me 2. That's it. Okay. I mean, with Microsoft, I can give you their entire history of that company. It is full of crap. Okay. Now that doesn't mean they haven't built good stuff. They have, but they've done some shady ass stuff. So, and people do not like them. You haven't given us anything. Oh my goodness. You didn't ask me to be critical. You asked me. People need to start using some critical thinking. We started critical thinking skills here in October. So that's why I can pretty much, so that's why they kind of know that, like, the people in the chat already know what you two are going to say before you say it. Now, I've asked you a specific question, and you still haven't given me one answer. So, I did not say that there aren't fanboys in the chat. You're a fanboy, and you're in the chat. Didn't you say that Andrew Wilkins and Corey Massey's the same guy last week, Halo Storm or Xbox guy? So all right. So God of War 4, they are. So God of War 4, they released some information about it today. How Kratos is a god, so he can't. I don't know if he can die, and and so I'm sorry, his son can't die. So, but people have been asking me another Q&A question is, do I think people should be concerned about? This is from Mike J. Mike, and he spells it MICJMIKE. So he is asking me, do I think God of War people of God of War should be worried because of the low pre-orders? My answer to that is no. People are no longer going to be pre-ordering games because you can just buy them digitally, and you don't have to go to a box store to go get the game. So, you know, paying for backwards compatibility, starting a resolution war, yet complaining. All right, paying for backwards compatibility, that is an option. Okay, that is an option. Starting a resolution war. I guess you all didn't see the tweets that Xbox, that I can't remember if it was Mike Ybarra or one of them, had out in 2015. So complaining Xbox now has the upper hand. Upper hand in what? Resolution? That's already been put to rest, okay? And you show me a tweet of a Sony executive of them complaining about what Microsoft is talking about. Because if it were me, if I were Microsoft, I would be talking about power too, because you got no games. I mean, you can't have it both ways. So they're marketing the power, which I would too. And if you listened to the podcast the other day, brother, you would have heard me. I said that specifically. You know, I said that people should back off that list that came out and back off what Mike Ybarra tweeted out about the X difference, because that's exactly what I would do, because I can't market any games to you right now. So I can market the difference in the power. I specifically said that. So, but paying for backwards compatibility, you do understand that you guys have a fundamental difference with the Sony community with backwards compatibility. The Sony community don't want backwards compatibility. So to them, it's not that big a deal. You think it's a big deal. Sony is about making a generational leap forward. Microsoft is about looking backwards. And I guess that's okay. Like I said, I've sat here for about a year and said my favorite series is Mass Effect. And I've been playing Mass Effect from 2007 Mass Effect, not that dog crap Andromeda that came out. So you got to go on with that. Something else. Yes, I just said that opening up there, Mr. Is it Event Have? I said Microsoft is going to have games come out, so you need to look at the X or the S as an investment. They put the cart before the horse. It's a swimming pool without water. You guys don't want to listen. You guys just don't want to listen. So yeah, they're making Xbox look bad. I have an Xbox. I have two. So, I mean, you're talking to me like I don't have one. So, good God almighty, I have one. I've not said anything negative about the Xbox. I'm not going to. It does a little bit more. I mean, what more is there to say? Now, please give me two things that Sony has done. If you disagree with their backwards compatibility policy, that's you disagreeing with that policy. That doesn't mean it's bad. Just because you think it's good doesn't make it bad. Again. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there's no point to talk about resolution because that all died when MPD came out. Because Xbox has the most powerful system, yet they got upended by a least powerful system. The Nintendo Switch is the fastest selling console in the history of the Americas. Yet it's the weakest. So you all's whole power thing is gone out the window. It's dead. It's a dead issue now. So it's just a piece of plastic. I agree. So Xbox equals no games. Again, they have games. They just have, like Fox said yesterday, they have a bunch of games that are on another platform. Period. That's it. That's it. So no, yeah, they don't have any games to market that aren't on other consoles or other platforms. You're 100% correct. Name me an Xbox game I can't play on the PlayStation or on the PC. Name me some. Seriously. Yeah, my friend Jason, shout out to my boy Jason Reimer. when he got engaged a few years ago to his now beautiful wife, Brooke, he went to Jared's, and if you bought a diamond over $7.99, they put in a free Xbox One S. That's a reality. Okay, that's a reality. What's up there, Fatal? Yeah, they're upset. I've asked them I've asked them a basic question. They're not giving me an answer because they can't. On PC, PUBG is on PC. Quantum Break is on PC. Halo 5, no, but you can play parts of it. So yeah, I'll give you Halo 5, but those other games are on another platform. Okay. See what I'm saying? So I'm ticking you off. Oh, okay. Is that like that song by Joe that came out years ago? Yeah, it's like Groundhog Day. Yeah, all right. So God of War 4 is it's coming out, and there's some people that say that there should be concern about the low pre-orders. But again, ordering games is going to become a thing of the past because of the Fatal. What's your answer to this? Do you think there's going to be less games being pre-ordered because there's more people buying digital games? So people will just go to the digital store and buy it. I mean, there is something to be said. I'm a physical man. I prefer the physical disc, but I'm now in the minority. There's more people buying digital games than there are buying physical games. Now, with that said, I would like to see the digital games. One, that we need more hard drive space on these consoles. But if you're going to keep buying games, but I would like to see the digital games at least pass on a or something, $5 off, $10 off. So, so yeah. So yeah, he's just angry. He's a little upset. So why are people buying Xbox games more on PC? Oh, that's for them. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. So yeah, Dark Side Havoc, that's a legitimate point. I think once you get a release date, there's a chance that you get more pre-orders. Yeah, that's for all these games coming out. We don't have a release date for Crackdown 3, but you can still pre-order Crackdown 3. But you can't, but there's no release date. So yeah, what's going on, Playbox Gamer? So yeah, again, Cuba 58. I'm a physical guy. I prefer the physical disc in my hand. I like the way you can trade stuff, things like that. But we're in the minority now, okay? So we're the old hats. We're the dinosaurs now. So we're going to have to adjust to the times. I mean, I bought more digital stuff. I bought, I got Hellblade. Of course, that was digital. Elite Dangerous. I got that on the Xbox and on the PlayStation. That's a digital game on both. I've got Forza 7, 5, and Horizon. I got that digitally. So most of my Xbox games, except for the Mass Effect games, those are all digital games. So most. So yeah, Fatal, there you go. You own both of them, and you can't. I mean, as long as it's coming out on those platforms, you won't miss them. So I agree with you, brother. Yeah, that's the whole thing, man. Is that look? I actually joined an Xbox group called on the Xbox store. Our Xbox, whatever that club thing is, it's called Xbox Gamers with PS4s, and there's a whole lot of people in that group. So Spider-Man is going to, yeah, I'm going to get the Spider-Man. Yeah. Oh, it's my blue robe. Yeah. I am not ignoring the chat. I'm waiting on you to answer the question, which you could not do. So you can have a nice day, sir. So, yeah, I know they're having heart attacks. You ask them basic critical questions and they can't answer them. So just the way they are. So, all right. So God of War, it is being plagued by low pre-orders, but we'll just have to wait and see. I plan on answering it. So, I didn't see your question. This says answer what? Yeah, answer what? I said, give me two things Sony has done terribly wrong, and you said backwards compatibility. We got to pay. It's got to be paid for. You don't understand that's an option, and most people don't want to play. People didn't buy PS4 to play PS3 games. That's one thing you don't understand. You know. So yeah, I'm asking you what games. You know, you giving me one game that I can't play on another platform. Okay. So. Wow, two people that are tired of it. Okay. So I don't know what's happening with them. All right, but that's what's going on with God of War. But again, the God of War is anywhere from, depending on what website you go to. I've seen some websites that say it's 25 hours, some say it's 30 hours. So sounds like it's going to be a pretty good game. I'm going to buy it. I don't know if I'll be a day one guy, but I will buy God of War. I know a lot of people that will. All right, so we'll move on. Spider-Man PS4. Spider-Man PS4, a report did surface. Spider-Man PS4 is completely okay. That is a report of is that Spider-Man PS4 is completely, and it let me try to pull it up here. Insomniac had this. Okay, yeah. So the director, this is from comicbook.com, and I'm going to share this screen. Knows that we're being honest here. Shout out to Ryan the Professional, because Xbox guys and gals that are in that same mode understand that the wall is closing in on them. So Spider-Man game status update. Director says he's played through it 3 times. So this is January 6th, a day and a half ago. So it's going to be here. Looks like it's trending for 2018 update release date. So this is great news. So it says that the upcoming Spider-Man game for PlayStation 4 is getting a lot of good hype, giving its storyline amazing smooth mechanics and more. I understand every time we see the Avengers trailer, the Infinity War trailer, every time we see the Infinity War trailer, it's an indirect, direct trailer for the Spider-Man game. When you go see the Black Panther movie, when you go see Avengers Infinity War, you very well could see this game of this trailer being played. Again, Spider-Man, the intellectual property is owned by Sony. So Spider-Man, Green Goblin, I was going to say Jameson. Yeah, Mr. Jameson. There's all of them. Venom. They're all Maximum Carnage. They're all IP of Sony. So you very well could see a Maximum Carnage game, which, I mean, I guess it'll be better than that one that came out years ago, because that was garbage. It was garbage. So he already played the entire game 3 times, and doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. This is what it's going to look like possibly here. This is from Insomniac. So yeah, shout out to Insomniac. It looks like, hey now, 18 right there, Peggy 18. So so shout out to them, and everybody that's to buying Spider-Man. Like it's so far the news coming out on it is positive news, and so this is all great news. So yes, I even reported. Yeah, check this out, guys. This is for the chat. Excuse me. I'm such a big fanboy that I'm the one that told everybody what the new specs of the new Xbox is going to be. I told everybody what they're going to be. So, so yeah. So yeah. So yeah, it's So, but yeah, they've the console war is over. Halo, Xbox, Halo Storm, Xbox guy, whatever you want to call yourself, it's over. Okay, it's over. So, so, so yeah. So it's so what are we going to move on to here? Let's do some PS4. We did that. All right. So Spider-Man. So anybody plan on buying Spider-Man day one, or people are going to wait to kind of see what it's going to be about? And so I plan on buying it. I'm going to wait at least 3 days to kind of see what it's about. So yeah, sick. I agree. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to both of them actually. They're both on my list. So yeah, Spider-Man was number 4, and I got. Well, actually, I'm sorry, God of War did not make my list. I'm looking more at Detroit Become Human, and I think as we get closer to March, we're going to start getting more information about Detroit Become Human. So we'll have to wait and see what's happening with that. Now let me do some. This question is actually I got a couple movie questions here. So woohoo! This question is from Leslie Jones. And shout out to Leslie P. Jones. Thank you for the question, Leslie. Hope you enjoy the podcast. So again, it's mostly gaming, but I'm moving more into movies and things like that, some sports. So we'll go ahead with this. This is a movie question about Black Panther. So Craig, do you think the Black Panther movie? What do you think of Wakanda, and what exactly can we expect to see from Wakanda as far as its societies? Okay, so Wakanda is a fictional nation in Africa, and that it is a technological giant. It is sitting behind a ability shield. It kind of the shield reflects the sky. It lets rain in, and that's all it pretty much lets in, rains and mists and things like that. Their main outgoing way they make money is through vibranium. Sell very little of it, and so since they sell mostly clothing and things like that, but they would be on the level of what you see with Asgard with Thor. So yeah, now what exactly is Scream Ride? So yeah, Bear. I mean, I'm sorry, Fatal. What exactly is Scream Ride? So just asking. So that is Wakanda in a nutshell. You have several tribes in Wakanda. Some have embraced technology fully, and others have not embraced technology. Like the White Gorilla Clan, they have not embraced technology. They prefer Wakanda be like it was back in the back in the day. They want to go back to that. So. I do not remember paying on PS3. Yeah, I didn't have a PS3. I'm such a big Sony fanboy. I didn't even have a PS3. Go figure that. So, what's up, Rudy and Legends? How you doing, brother? So, shout out to everybody that's here. I appreciate you being here on this Tuesday, cold, rainy day. So oh, roller coaster simulator. So, do you actually get to build the roller coasters? So, at Sick TV, Wabash Sony. Yeah. So, hey, Sick, you can probably do this because the Xbox guys can't do it. Can you give me 2 or 3 things Sony has done and horrible talking about according to these guys? So, all right, so you can build the roller coasters. Okay, cool. Yeah, I may look into that. So that's funny. So yeah. Well, according to Xbox guy and this other Xbox person in here, Sony has done some really bad things, and we don't talk about them. So, can you name 2 or 3 things that Sony has done that have just been horrible? So, mine is that the PSN for Elite Dangerous Horizons is still $30. Before that is dog crap. okay, that it's cheaper on the Xbox than it is on the Sony PlayStation. So I need it's Monday. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I got my days mixed up. I'm sorry. What has Sony done wrong? Yeah, they keep saying that they've done some bad things, and then I ask them what are some bad things, and they can't name anything. So I'm just, can you name some stuff they've done wrong? So because they're going crazy over here in this chat. So so firmware update slowing the interface of PS Now. Okay, all right, that's something they can work on. All right, they ate your budgie. You mean budget? Yeah, and another complaint I've got. You're right there, Event Have. Here's a complaint. Sony has produced so many games. I got a giant backlog. That's bad. That is bad. So yes, you're right there, Mr. Havoc. Dark Side Havoc, you're right. Telling the truth is bashing Xbox. Yeah, that's what they think. Oh no, they're talking bad. So yet they're the ones who praise Digital Foundry and then call them frauds. And pretty much it's we're going to praise Digital Foundry when we get good news about our preferred console, but we're going to bash them when they tell us that it's not doing as well. I mean, how sorry are they? They're sorry. So you've been entirely satisfied. Okay, well, that's one satisfied customer. Okay. Without Microsoft Windows, your Xbox would not exist. It could. Well, the OG Xbox, I don't think ran on Windows, did it? I can't remember. It's been a while. So I don't know if that's 100% true. It's probably easier to update it with the Windows OS. So do you have a quick access? All right, so check this out, Sick. This morning, I had to reboot my entire computer system. So and you should have seen me trying to do it. So all right, let's move on to some let's get a couple more questions here. So another Black Panther question is, what other Avengers do you think we'll see in Black Panther? I think you may get a quick shot of Bucky maybe coming out of the chamber, so to speak. I do not know why my HP assistant is doing that. So yeah, there you go, Sick. See, you Xbox guys still don't understand basic self-determination. If you're happy with the Xbox and you think the Xbox is everything plus a bowl of chips, then that's all that matters. That's it. That's the main thing. So, so yeah. So yeah, we're not fair, we're not balanced, but you're in here going ham. And this is what I told them. See, here's the reason why they haven't banned you yet, our Xbox guy, is because I told them exactly what you guys were going to turn into about 3 weeks ago. And you all are doing exactly what I said you would do. It's the truth. I mean, you can ask them, the MPD hurt you all so bad psychologically that you all are going to start lashing out. And that's what you all are doing. So it would not exist without Windows operating system. You're probably right. I don't disagree with that, Playbox Gamer, at all. You're probably right. But it's it's probably easier to update, don't you think, with that? So yeah, I don't agree. I don't disagree with that, Spartan guy. But remember, I told you guys they were going to start lashing. Remember, I told you that weeks ago. They will have no choice but to start lashing out because they're just a big joke now. I mean, they're just a giant joke. So, and it's their own fault. because people, I specifically try to tell them, hey, look, this is not going to go the way you think. Speaking of that, let me get to my Star Wars question. The divisiveness of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I've watched it a couple times, enjoyed it immensely. Good story and a fitting way for things to end. Also, looking forward to episode 9. Thanks for your comment. Keep up the good work. All right, well, thank you. That comes from a guy calls himself Ben1010. Ben1010. I like Ren1010, calls himself Ben1010. Okay. All right, well, thanks, Ben1010. I appreciate the question. Yeah, look, I enjoyed Star Wars: The Last Jedi. You need to look at the group of people that are filing the complaint. So I start all this and I'm responsible. I'm the one that's in my chat going ham. I'm not doing that. I'm actually reading a question, or answering the question. I had no problem with The Last Jedi. Longer, if you all do not understand that they set up episode 7, 8, and 9 to say by the Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and Han Solo, that you guys that's just, I don't know what you all thought was going to happen. My favorite line in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, when Rey says to Luke, the First Order is back and they're threatening all this stuff. And I love when Luke Skywalker said to pull out a laser sword and go take on the entire First Order, because that's what these fanboys of not Mark Hamill, that's what these Luke Skywalker fanboys wanted. And again, what happened was a lot of the podcasts they were doing, a lot of the fan fiction and guessing they were doing, it didn't come true, and it makes them look stupid. Shake, it wasn't trash. You thought it was trash? Okay, well, it's your opinion. That's cool. So that's cool. So you're going to see Star Wars tomorrow. Well, enjoy it, Ian. Enjoy it. Are you going to go see it in IMAX or something else? Let's see here. I've got this thing stuck on my screen. I don't know how to get this friggin' thing off. So yeah, but enjoy Star Wars tomorrow. I thought last exclusive was 26 months ago. Really? No, that's crazy. So they took a lot of liberties on how the Force works. They were doing that though. I don't know if you all looked at they changed the Force in a sense that they said that everybody can use the Force. People have a higher ability to use it than others. Is a vergence in the Force because the dark side, the Force is unbalanced. It is stronger because the First Order is being led by dark side users. So that's an unbalance on the Force. So the Force gave birth, was born, and the Force is able to access the Force at a very, very high level. And now remember, in Star Wars Episode 4, they never showed, because people have said, well, how come Rey knows how to fly? How come she can do this? Nobody ever saw Luke flying. Yet at the end of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, X-Wing, which is the Alliance's most advanced fighter, and he's flying around in combat against veteran Imperial pilots. They never show Luke training or anything like that. So they just took the same liberty. That's just that's just liberty. So, but the Force, yeah, they pretty much said that you do not have to. It doesn't have to be in your family. Took the whole bloodline out of it. So that's what they did. If that's what you mean by liberty, they were doing that. So they were going to do that. So so yeah. So, yeah, and remember, I told you that the Xbox community guys was going to start lashing out because the MPD had wounded their mortal soul. Was but to lash out. Plot holes, pointless plot devices, characters that basically did nothing. Well, what plot holes did they leave out? Give me a plot hole. Pointless plot devices. No, it was about failing. It's about succeeding even though you fail. So that's the truth. That's what it's about. Because he failed Ben, that he was going to that he was a failure. Him failing Ben led Ray to him. So is Luke really a failure? You see what I'm saying? Luke wasn't using specific force powers without training, like mind control and telekinesis. And with Yoda, wrong. Didn't Ben Kenobi tell him to use the force and when he was flying down the trench of the Death Star? I mean, you got to go back and watch that. I'm pretty sure Luke had on his targeting computer in episode 4, and Ben Kenobi's voice is being heard saying, "Use the force, Luke." Okay, so that's not true. Okay, this thing, a lot of guys don't know your Star Wars history. So, and use the force to he used the force to here's when Luke used the force without showing any training. He used the force to destroy the Death Star, episode 4. He used the force to contact Leia at the end of Empire Strikes Back when he was hanging out of the Bespin cloud. And he used it without any former, that was it. So he had just started training with Yoda when he went to Bespin, right? Right. Finn, Poe, and Rose's whole plot lines only happened because of the plan for absolutely no reason. Well, Finn is Poe Dameron had been demoted. He disobeyed a direct order from General Leia Organa. Rose is still a true believer, and she's a young kid. She's young. Finn failed. You got to understand, Poe failed. Rose and Finn failed on that ship. They got captured. Okay, remember they got betrayed by whoever that was. DJ betrayed them. And they got captured. So the movie, it's like Yoda told Luke, you missed out the biggest lesson of all, failure. Just because you fail doesn't mean you can't succeed. So, okay. It's like when Edison invented the light bulb. Or actually, when Edison finally got the light bulb correct, he said he had failed 249 times. And they said, man, you must feel like a failure. You couldn't get this right 249 times. And he said, no, I figured out 249 times. All right, brother. All right, Fatal. Have a good one, brother. Post some of that. Yeah, go ahead and have a good time, man. He said, and Edison said, no, I found out 249 times on how not to do it. So that's the truth. I mean, I'm not defending the movie. I understand why people didn't like it, but I think a lot of people either aren't listening to the directors when they talk, especially when they do Comic-Con and stuff like that, when they do D23, they talk about what they're doing down there. So the video reveals 65 G-Sync monitors. Yeah, I need to go and watch that because that's being streamed. You hope Finn bends Ray over and well, they might. I mean, you do know. I think in real life, there's something. What is going on, Trey? And brother, thank you again for the donation. So yes, the Messiah, Trey BK, did help out the church. And so yeah, check that out on Friday, Trey BK. I don't know if you're gonna be home. I'm going to get all that on Friday about I should start streaming it about 2 o'clock. So you like The Last Jedi? Okay. So, yeah. So so yeah, you're not too late. Like I said, this is you got the what was your favorite part on there, Savage? Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping I'm explaining some things. I'm not trying to spoil it. Star Wars since the 1970s. Okay, Robert, that's a matter of opinion. Did you all know that George Lucas did not think Star Wars was going to be successful, and neither did the actors? None of the actors went to the premiere. Go ahead. So, Ian, what's happening, brother? I'm going to be streaming some Elite Dangerous here about 3 o'clock. I'm gonna be streaming. Well, make that about 3:30 because I'm gonna go to IHOP and get some pancakes. So, hey, shout out to Mr. Have One Stop or anybody that purchases a console for somebody. That's so you were gonna crap all over Randall Thor because somebody purchased his PlayStation for him. So is he a bad guy? What's going on, Mod Game Neutral? What's happening, brother? So. Mod Game, you're always in here, brother. Let me go ahead and make you a mod. It wasn't predictable. Yeah, that's I think Savage. I think a lot of people that like if you follow Star Wars, especially online channels, a lot of these guys, and I'm talking about they're mostly men, you'll see that because the movie didn't go the way they were predicting it was going to go. So 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 yeah, with you there, Savage. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, so the movie is about failing. Strikes Back, to that matter, was about Luke failing. Luke failed his first big test, when he with Yoda. His first big, he failed trying to get the X-Wing out of the water. He failed in the cave, the whole Darth Vader thing. He failed. He was constantly failing. Understand why you guys? I don't say I don't understand. That's kind of what the theme was of this movie. Luke has really never been successful at a whole lot of stuff, so, or the stuff he's been successful at hasn't been canonized yet. So that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. You're a big fan of Star Wars movies? Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not defending it. Look, if people didn't like it, it's your money, it's your time. Bravo. If you liked it, bravo. But all these people that are upset because it's a bunch of social justice warriors and Rey is too powerful and all. I mean, she was going to be powerful because the Force has to balance itself out, and it doesn't matter. And people were like, well, and you had some black people complaining because they thought Finn wasn't powerful enough. I'm like, he is not a major Force user. Good with guns, okay? That's what he is. He's very good with guns. He may be the best gunner in the Resistance. So, but yeah, Savage, I think what's going to happen, remember they put out, well, hell, this is a spoiler alert. They put out that distress signal. What I'm hoping, let me make this clear, I'm hoping that they show Lando Calrissian. You're a big fan of aliens too? Okay. So, well, Finn is actually he's played by John Boyega, and Finn is actually a gunner in the Resistance, and he's probably their best gunner. So he looks so out of place in Star Wars. No, he looks pretty me. So so you will watch the movie for fun. Yeah, you want to see Lando? Yeah, because Billy D. Williams, when the he still does the events, he still does D23. I think they will put him in episode 9. They do not have a black lead. The lead character in Star Wars, you have co-leads. It's a lady and it's a guy that plays Kylo Ren. So, you know, people told me not to watch the movie. Well, that's up to you. Disney bound to dumb it down. No, actually, they're not dumbing it down, and that's what I think a lot of people don't like. So they're not being shoehorned in. I mean, Star Wars has always had a multicultural cast. So episode episode yeah, they've all had they've always done that. So yeah, and he's a great actor. Yeah, and he's young. I mean, him and Daisy Ridley, I think they're really good friends. I mean, I think they're really good friends, if you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, that's my opinion. Yeah, EA with Anthem, they're trying to say that Anthem, this is some gaming news that I just popped in my head. Anthem is allegedly supposed to have no microtransactions in it. So we'll see. Star Wars only had 3 brothers in the whole. Well, when you include Darth Vader, yeah. So Darth Vader, yeah, voiced by James Earl Jones. So. uh, 2014, before I met One Stop, and oh hell, Fatal, you ain't got a friggin' nobody, no explanations. My goodness gracious, brother. So, Savage, what's it like being an uncle, my brother? You know how's that going? So. Well, I mean, again, look at the people filing the complaints. Shout out to you, OBJ. Look at the people filing the complaints. And then you see what the problem is. So you got a bunch of people. Well, I'm not even going to go there, not on this one. I addressed this on my podcast. One, you got a bunch of people, OBJ, mad as hell about the Justice League and the DCEU imploding. So they tried to sabotage Star Wars. They tried to, but Star Wars made over $1 billion in like 11 days. So it's that they're fine. So so OBJ, go check it out. If you liked episode 7, you'll like episode 8. So so yeah, Fatal, man, you don't owe that clown no explanation. So yeah, but yeah, we'll check that out. Microtransactions. So yeah, I mean, I agree, Xbox guy. I don't mind microtransactions that go to the aesthetics of the game. But I think some of them have just gotten out of hand. I thought what EA did with Star Wars Battlefront 2, I thought that was wrong. So because Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 and 3, they have microtransactions on them. So but they give you more characters. They give you characters that you can actually take with you on your missions. They give you a different story to play. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. So yeah. So you talk about the movie It? So well, they're not being shoehorned into movies. So you may not. Well, I think you do know this, and this is why you're kind of having your meltdown. You do know OBJ doing Star Wars. Yeah, do a Star Wars review, OBJ, when you watch it. So yeah. That's what I'm waiting to see. So that would be funny. So don't watch It. So Coalition's supposed to be making a new IP about damn time. Yeah, well, I mean, again, I've never understood why they were only making one IP, but if they're going to make another one, that's fine. You know, great. So, so yeah, that's good news. You like to have sex? Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, man, y'all are hilarious. So, all right, let's move on to Bama and Georgia. So I don't know how many of you are going to watch this game tonight, and then who do you all think will win and why? So, what do you think, OBJ? You going to watch this game tonight, brother? So, oh, ain't nothing self-respecting about those women at all. So. They need to in 343 Gears 4 is in the well, I don't blame you. Yeah, to me, Gears only needs to come out once every 3 to 4 years, and Halo maybe a Halo game every 2 years. So Star Wars was ruined when they ruined the original Star Wars. How did they? All right, well, I'm asking Robert, how did they ruin it? How did they ruin the original Star Wars? Okay. Why sleep with your own women while you can sleep with everybody's woman? So that game. Okay. Well, it's Georgia versus Alabama. So why contribute to white genocide? I mean, look, event have white people are dying. So that for all y'all who don't know, white people are not reproducing at the rate that they need to maintain their numbers. So I think you got to understand that's for 7. He's scared. He's a scared young man. So just look at it like that. So I work in the medical field, so I've seen the numbers, and I'm stunned by the number. Are people really shocked at EA milking? I was, Harry. I'm not going to lie to you. As a Star Wars fan, I was mad as heck at EA for doing that, because EA. But with that said, they destroyed Mass Effect and they destroyed Star Wars. So it's EA. I mean, my goodness gracious. I'll still buy Madden. Because I bought every iteration of Madden since, I guess, 95. Yeah, that's the only series I'm buying. So I know Savage. You're right about that, brother. But you got to understand, he's a scared young man. So, made a bunch of changes that should never have been made. All right, what changes did they make? So you're rooting for Georgia. You do know that that Georgia's coach was Nick Saban's assistant coach, right? We're back in Scotland right now. No, well, no, actually, they're not very tolerant at all. So they are dying, though. So they can't reproduce. You can't be out in the sun, and the planet is killing you. So ain't nothing we can do about it, brother. Just have to wait it to happen. Spider-Man has microtransactions. Now, look, what if Spider-Man's microtransaction different suit or something like that? Would you all, let's just say his microtransaction, because he's got that new Spider-Man suit. That's actually a good thing. Spider-Man, let's just say their microtransaction is you can have the original Spider-Man outfit on for the whole game. Or do you think they should lock that behind you beating the game? So it's sad. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Harry. Savage has got nothing to do with nobody's skin color. He's scared. So and Grudia Legends is just rubbing it in. So if it suits, it's okay. All right. So why? So my question is, do you think would you pay for the suits? And Insomniac would say, we'll give you access to the suits, but you got to beat the game first. Kind of give you a reason to go back and replay it. So what's going on, 809? So, cannot remember them all right now. I haven't had coffee yet. Okay. So you're right, Savage. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you have to address that guy. Yeah, he's just upset and mad. Yeah. So did I watch the movie with John? Yeah, called Detroit? Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah. Yeah. Story. So based on a true story, yeah. So he also has a movie that came out called Attack the Block. He did that movie when he was like 16 years old. It was pretty good too. So you're okay if it suits. All right. So, because to me, I think they're going to give you that new suit. They may give you the ability to have his old suit. And then let's just say, because Miles Morales is in the game, and let's just say you may have that is setting up to be wonderful. That's all I can say. So who is mad? Oh, there was a closet white supremacist in here mad because white women. He thinks white people are we're contributing to the genocide of the white race, and it's like, well, nature is doing that itself. So that's just. I mean, I'm not saying that to be funny. That's just the reality of the situation. So there has to be an opinion to buy or finish the game, or buy. So all right. So do you think they should wait to? Because like Assassin's Creed. It gives you, like, I ran out of I mean, I had like 7 outfits, but they were in-game stuff you could just get with your own coin. So Pacific Rim Uprising, yeah, that comes out, and does that come out in hell? Is that June? Butt Pirate, yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah, everybody go out and get Sea of Thieves and join the Butt Pirate, the Butt Pirate posse. Yeah, I mean, you're right, 809. Again, I look at the Xbox as a system that they put the cart before the horse. They put this, they had the swimming pool there with no water. They got the grill with no food. I mean, you just pick your metaphor, okay? It's just you wait. I mean, or wait to buy it and buy it cheaper and have access to more hard software. It works either way. Just depends on what you want to do. Yeah, Pacific Rim. I didn't particularly care for Pacific Rim, but yeah, I'm glad they got a sequel. I'm glad it's I guess he's playing the son of Idris Elba, or it's supposed to be his nephew or something like that. So yeah, I certainly hope it's not full of microtransactions. So in the past Spider-Man games, you had to do certain things to unlock spider suits. Yeah, but Playbox Gamer, let's see if that's what they do. He has to get from this part of the city to, like a time trial. He has to go from this part of the city to this other part of the city in under a minute, and not touch the ground. It's something like that to unlock stuff. Let's just see if it does that. It might not. So I just know a whole lot of people are going to go buy that damn game. So yeah, that is true too. There, Dark Side Havoc. Yep. So you're good with your Xbox. Says, yeah, I mean, you can play every Xbox game on your Xbox S2. Yep. You gotta be drunk to play Sea of Thieves. Yeah. Well, that's like a real pirate, isn't it? Yeah. Go out and get your swill on, and then so let's see. Looks like Batman affected by Reeves' Netflix deal. Microsoft views single player experiences as risky. This is the stuff that's popping up on my feed. So Coalition might be working on a new IP alongside Gears of War 5. So we'll have to wait and see what they do. I mean, that's the cool thing. So shoehorn, that stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. And look, I certainly, because what they're doing is they feel that the microtransactions are for people who don't have time to sit down and play the game for 6 hours a day. So just the reality. So I heard there's going to be no jumping in God of War. I heard that too, but there's no jumping in The Witcher either. And people love The Witcher. So again, the games the 2 games, open world games, this generation has been Witcher 3 and Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't think there's any jumping in Horizon Zero Dawn either. I mean, I could be wrong. I can't remember. But I'm just going, you know, that's just the way it is. So whenever you say, what's up, Jimmy Kahn? So jumping, who cares? I don't disagree, but it's just, I don't know. I think people are looking, I think in the old God of War 809, he could jump around and stuff like that. But this is more open world. So this is the studio taking a risk. So let's just wait and see what we got. You know, Xbox is dead in 2018. No, it's not dead. Come on now. All these Xbox fanboys are complaining about. Yeah, I mean, again, it's this mod gaming neutral. Remember, their main complaint. The complaint though isn't the QTEs. Is they don't have access to the game on their console. That's it. That's their main complaint. So remember when it came out a few months ago, they did that trailer. It was, oh, look, it's been scaled down, or, you know, it's been watered down. Look at the graphics on it now. So they're always going to complain about something. So the thing that we can do, the thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to ignore them, because their complaint is always about access. It's always been about access. Jumping is in Horizon. Okay. It's been a while since I played Horizon. So you need Sonic Mania 2. Okay. Well, we'll have to wait and see if they get it. So yeah, sick humor. That's the way that's the way races work. They say they're not, but they are. So yeah. Looks like a Last of Us clone. Okay. If you guys look at their entire fandom, if you want to call it that, their fanboys, they already are. Main complaint is everybody's getting hit by the branch. It's the branches that everybody's looking at. Look at the Spider-Man. So no matter what it does, they're going to complain about it. They're going to file a complaint. Their main complaint is that access to this game, therefore I'm going to complain. Okay, they did it about Horizon Zero Dawn. They complained about it. They do it every year about MLB The Show. They complain about it. Why? Because they don't have access to it. Didn't play Mario Odyssey. So Last of Us is the most anticipated game ever. I have to wait and see. So, and again, when The Last of Us comes out, they're going to complain about that too. I mean, they are. So y'all get ready for that. Did I talk about God of War already? Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. But if you got something to add, brother, go ahead. Just go ahead and add something if you want to. So, Crackdown 3. There's no release date for Crackdown 3. It's on my top 10 most anticipated list, though. So I hope it comes out. So, by PUBG. Yeah, because remember, again, let's look at our branch. We're looking at the branches. Look at the trunk. The trunk of that tree is we have access to it and you don't. Therefore, we're going to brag about it. They don't care that it runs and plays like crap. The point is to them is that, well, there's a group that doesn't have access to it. That's just who they are. So that's what I said. I mean, these games that are coming out, whether it be a God of War, whether it's Detroit Become Human, you know, these games that are coming out, they're going to file a complaint. Their complaint about Detroit is, well, you're just walking around and it's just a bunch of decisions. I mean, that's what they're going to say. And they would wet their pants if Quantum Dreams or whatever Quantum Dream, the studio that's doing the Detroit Become Human, said we're going to also put this on the Xbox X. They would be like, yay! They would. Everybody, we all know that. So we are the ones that just have to say, you know what? You're retarded. So it's time to move on. So they have a right to voice their concern. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Cycle Gamer. I agree 100%. They're going in a different direction, so I would just approach it with a quiet, with a cautious optimism. I agree with you. Like I said, God of War didn't even make my top 10 games that are coming out next year. With that said, I'm going to wait and see what people say about it. So, so yeah. Again, PUBG is going to be on every console, so they're even going to have it. I don't get. See what he's doing. He's talking about a game that's on PC. I mean, that makes no sense. Like I said, that's like bragging about hooking up with the woman that everybody else had. So, Gears 5 will also be on the PC. I mean, again, that's just reality. It will be on PC as well. So, making it the box, but oh my goodness. So, yeah, it's a reboot, not a sequel. You're right, Sid. Yep. But I agree, though. You're right. It is a reboot, and it's going more open world. So, yeah, that's why people are complaining about Star Wars. OBJ, they hate change. People hate change. So, yeah, PUBG is coming to the PlayStation. The CEO said it, so it's just people can. People can move on from that. It's coming to the PlayStation. So. If Coalition is truly working on another game, I agree with you, Savage. If Coalition is truly working on another game, Gears 5 I think will be announced this year. But I think that's all we're going to get. We'll get a Gears announcement, just like we'll get another Forza Horizon announcement. That's fine. I think that's really good news for them. So coming out with some games, I can take this thing out of the box. So I'll keep telling yourself God of War will not sell. Yeah, God of War, I think once they get and I think this is with all the games, a firm release date, that then you'll see pre-orders go up. That's what I think will happen. So that's just for all the games, not just God of War. That's just for all the games. Okay. Well, Mario, it's a reboot in a sense that it's a different way to play the game. So, I mean, it's a risk. I mean, Psycho Gamer's right. It is a risk. So, wait till E3, like they can have their own show. Well, why pay for your own show when somebody's going to do all the infrastructure building for you? You see what I'm saying? Forza looks great on the Xbox One S. I don't disagree with you. Forza it's already optimized, so it's a game that's optimized. So they're $1 billion company, and we get less. Again, yes, the company is $1 billion. The actual physical Xbox, that's just a division of the company. It's not the company isn't called Xbox. The company's called Microsoft. The product is called Xbox. So Xbox X is an 8.5 generation console. PS4 Pro is a marketing gimmick. IDC analyst. Yeah, I saw that article. Yeah, I haven't read it yet, but I did see the article. So oh, so he did? Really? Well, that I did not know. So they can do better. Yeah, they're just going to do just enough. They're going to do just enough. So, and again, it's because the people who are in their ecosystem, 809, they are not demanding more. They're not demanding more. So if people aren't demanding more, it's just a reality. So, I mean, ask yourself that if you're a businessman and you've got a product out that everybody is that people are talking about, but they're not demanding more news or more stuff. Give it to them. I mean, just why would you? So let's see here. I can tell you there's going to be some PS5 news coming out in the next 90 days. That much I can tell you. So they just lifted that on me. So yeah, again, Cycle, you're right about that. Yeah, you're right. And who doesn't want the success of The Last of Us? The Last of Us is arguably it was one of the best games of the generation before. It still holds up now. So, you know. So yeah. Yeah, and Sony's next console, it will be a true generational leap. I can tell you that much. So that much. So all right, I got another Star Wars question. All right, this is for the people who have not seen Star Wars. People have sent me 2 more blast questions about it. And I'm going to answer them, and I'm not going to really try to spoil the movie. I think do you, Craig? This is from Mo Better Boo. Mo Better Boo. Sorry, 2119. And Mo Better Blue is asking, do you think we'll see Rey get possibly jealous of Finn and Rose's relationship in the next movie, and it will be something that she has to contend with? I think that's a possibility for Rey to have to deal with that type of emotion. So no, I'm not predicting any numbers, but let's see here. So yeah, I think that's a good place to take the movie, is to see if she will get a little jealous, maybe a little bit envious of the relationship, because she's going to have a lot thrusted on her, and she's not going to have time for that kind of relationship. With that said, in the original Star Wars movies, the Jedi weren't even supposed to be married and have kids. So with the new type of Star Wars, is with this Star Wars, what they did, the revamp, whatever you want to call it, they are allowing the Jedi to do things. So yeah. so yeah, but that was a good question. So no, I don't think she's into Kylo Ren. So I think you saw her. I mean, again, I'm really not trying to spoil the movie. There are a lot of people that hadn't seen it yet. I think she tried to turn him, and it didn't work. It didn't work. So, because he's lost, he's gone. So, how do you get on the panel, Kevin G? I don't really have a true panel. Just send a tweet and follow us on Twitter, and just let us know you want to be a guest on the podcast. I mean, that's me. I can't speak for Foxy at all, or Foxy Games at all. He got his own thing. I let pretty much anybody on, but if you come on with some fanboy or some BS, then yeah, you're gonna have to go. So I mean, I let a little bit of fanboying out a little bit, because everybody does. But this is 2018. The console war it's over. It ended in 2015 to me, but it officially ended when these Xbox, these front row riders, and that the only reason the Xbox didn't sell as well as the PlayStation is because of A, B, C, and D, and they were wrong. Move on. So the Finn, I don't think it's going to die. So man, because Finn's styling on you. Invite Kid Smooth. Kid Smooth's got an open invitation. So Super Mario Bro. Look, the Xbox guys ain't gonna come in here because they know they'll get the work of Inky. But I mean, everybody that's been on my podcast has an Xbox. So Fatal has an Xbox. J-Dub City has an Xbox. Sick Humor has an Xbox. Okay, so Crunk Girl has an Xbox. I think Jay Barry. I don't know about Jay Barry. Porter Rock has an Xbox. So we all have Xboxes. So I mean, the problem is that they think there's a group of people, it's not everybody, there's a group of people who think that, well, if you have an Xbox, that should be where you put your effort at. And it's like, when they come out with some games, everybody's going to do that. I mean, until they do, I'll wait. I'm good. I got to pay mine off anyway. So the Xbox is not a bad piece of hardware. Oh, yeah, again, I don't disagree with that. I think it's a good piece of hardware. Again, I think they put the cart before the horse. They put the water. They had a swimming pool with no water in it. That's all it is. So Craig has, I've been on Planet Xbox a couple times. So, and I told everybody on Planet Xbox, Gaming Addict and all of them, they could come on my podcast. So So Spartan God was hidden by Craig's blue robe. Did he put my blue robe on? You work in a facility with devs from several different studios. Cool. What's the PS5 news? You're going to be hearing some PS5 news in the next 90 days. They're going to have something in the next 90 days. So that's just, I can't tell you what it's going to be. I can tell you what I think the PS5 is going to be, but I'm not for sure. It's just me speculating. So, but we've already done that. So the chat will hunt down any lies. Yeah, the chat has been conditioned to, I mean, the chat, even the mods in the chat are going to let some fanboy stuff go to get excessive. They're going to get hit. So, Okay, you don't expect any PS5 news? Okay, that's cool. So you don't need a PS5. No, I don't think it's coming now. I just think you'll get news. I mean, you'll get news because they're going to announce, I think, the direction they want to take their next console. So that's, but yeah, they're not going to get any, and also to be 90 days to be after CES. So I don't expect, I think in April, maybe leading up to E3, you'll get some stuff kind of start coming out. So has anybody checked my Twitter timeline and seen my cool ship from Elite Dangerous? So yeah, well, I'm a fraud. Isn't that what the Xbox community's been saying anyway? Meanwhile, they're over there lying, doing their Circle Jerk podcast. Porter Rock's taking their money, but we're over here fraud. Man, get the F out of here with your BS. So, but PS players are more satisfied with their content. Yeah, you're right, but you do realize in 2019, 2020, we'll be at the 7th year or even the 6th year of this console. So, I mean, the PS5 is a good, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Some people wanted Psycho Gamer on the corporate slave award. I didn't make the corporate slave awards. I'm disappointed. Big old fanboy, but all the corporate slave awards, those are some fanboys on a next level. So, and I haven't watched the first round yet, so I need to really watch the first round. You're happy with the Pro? Yeah, I mean, my Pro is fine, and I'm working on my gaming PC. So Xbox X is a great hardware, but it has no software over there. I agree with you there, Harry. And like I said, it's a swimming pool with no water. It's a grill with no food. I mean, it's whatever, it's whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. So yeah, no one's below. Yeah, I agree that. Yeah. Super Mario. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I mean, again, to me, to me, the Xbox is fine. I've said that before. So I don't know what else to say about it. It's fine. It does a little bit more. It should. It came out a year later. I got no problem with the games. Like I said, I play Rise of the Tomb Raider on it. I'm playing Mass Effect on it. I'm just giving Mass Effect a break. I'm about tired. I'm getting tired of that. So, So yeah, but everybody should just enjoy the games. I mean, it's just enjoy what you play. Don't worry about it. So Xbox is a Steam box, yeah, possibly. I mean, I think that's the direction they may truly be going. So, yeah, yeah, I agree with you. So, yeah, well, I mean, we did a podcast a few months ago on what we thought the PS5 is going to be, and it was just us predicting. So, well, I mean, I can, like I said the other day, I hope they target 1440p at 60 frames per second with high settings. That's it. That for me, because they could make that console and it be $399. Okay, they can just say, okay, you know what? If you got a 4K TV, we're going to be at 1440p 60, and all our games are going to be 60 frames per second. So, ah, so and that's what I mean. That way, you graphically you get an update, you get an upgrade, and then you get the upgrade of to 60 frames per second. So. Yeah, no, Psycho Gamer's a fanboy, so it's not. But I mean, there's reasonable. It's not like he's a fanboy and it's bad. I mean, so Psycho articulates his points very well. I just happen to disagree with some of them, not all of them, just some of them. But grown ass men can agree to disagree and go to the titty bar and make it rain and go have some drinks or something like that. That's what grown men do. These front row riders, they think, well, no, it's got to be my way or the highway. I mean, it is. So 2K is perfect. I think for a console, and it could be affordable. Now, that's my opinion. I don't think Sony needs to jump on this 4K wave, but that's my opinion. So, and if they decide to do that, then that's what they decide to do. I'll say, well, I thought it was unnecessary, but to me, if you really think about it, let's just say they do 1080p downsampled with higher textures at open frame rate. They do a 1440p 60 frames per second model with high textures. And then, all right, let's just say they do a 4K 30 locked. And they just lock everything at 30 with high to ultra settings. That to me is the equivalent of you having a 580 RX 580. But that to me would cost too much money. So to me, if they just say, all right, 1800p, the checkerboarding is okay. Obviously, people are not using that type of architecture. So everybody seems to be going towards the dynamic 4K scaling. So we're just going to give you 1440p and lock it at 60 and just go from there. So I think that the GPU will be 10 to 12 T-flops. That's just, or 8 to 10 T-flops. I'm sorry. I think the GPU will be at least a 3.2. That's just my opinion. So, and I think it's going to be a separate GPU and CPU. So we'll have to wait and see, though. Could be wrong, could be wrong. It's not that at the end of the world. I mean, by then, that PC of mine will be built, and it won't really matter to me. So 32 is overkill. Yeah, and to me, yeah, you like, and that's fine. That's what I mean. But I don't think the PlayStation 5 is going to come out this year. I just think you're going to start getting a sense of where Sony wants to go with it. I think you will get an announcement at PSX, and I don't think the console will come out until 2020. I think the console will come out in 2020. All right, because PSX is a perfect place to announce it. E3 rolls in, you can maybe show a game running on it or running on the software. Say this is the software, this is the hardware this is what the game is going to look like. So their feet are in the 4K pool. Well, not really. There are some games that are 4K, but they're not, to me, they're not soundly in the pool. But that's just my opinion. It's really 6 one way and 6 one way and half a dozen the other. It's okay. So, you know, at a lower resolution, yeah, possibly, and that's what I'm saying. I think they should. To me, though, they should give us the 2K and then 60 frames per second. That's my opinion, though, and I truly believe if Microsoft had concentrated on that, their system would have came out at $399 and they would have sold a hell of a lot more. So, who won it? Seen as front runner in the corporate. Oh wow. Well, I mean, again, I don't. That dude is silly. I mean, like I said, he's silly. And but I haven't. I tell you, I haven't even watched the Corporate Slave Awards because I'm just trying to stay out of that part of YouTube. But I may. I'll watch it because Ryan the Professional, I think, is hosting it on his channel, so I may watch it. So, but overall, yeah, I'm just trying to move away from that. And so is Ryan the Professional, because I personally don't see why you would call out a bunch of hypocrites and liars. But I mean, that's me. That's me. But to me, yeah, they're liars, they're hypocrites, and that's who they are. That's who they are. And it's to me, to call them out, you can point it out, but you're just giving them more attention. That's all. So I think 4K will be standard by 2021. I'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I personally, yeah, there's more Kevin G. There's more 1080p televisions on market than there are 4K televisions in people's homes. So I can see. So yeah, he is on the Illuminati. Yeah. So who can't believe he's winning over crap? Well, nothing shocks me. So, so yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but if he ends up winning, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. So, it's like when Tariq Nasheed gave that one dude the Coon Train Award. I don't know if y'all saw that video. He gave that Tommy Sotomayor the Coon Train Award. I mean, I have laughed so hard on that. So here's your Coon Train Award. 4K won't be standard. I don't disagree. Yeah, I just don't think 4K will ever be the standard. I just don't. I mean, because to me, the next step for 1080p is 1440. But I have to wait and see. So, oh yeah, I'm not saying anything bad about Tariq or Tommy, but I thought that when he got that award, he busted in on that interview. That was funny. I mean, that was some Kool-Aid Man stuff. Bloodborne 2 is coming. We'll have to wait and see. 8K will be standard. Not in 2 more years, it won't be. So, you know what? I may need to go get Bloodborne. So everybody loves Bloodborne. So, yeah, they have nothing to do with it. Is what people are voting for. Yeah. Well, I mean, they've said some stupid stuff. So, look, I've gone at those guys hard. So, like hard. So, but I'm done doing it because they're corporate slaves. So, I thought it was funny that a shout out to All Day Digital. He did that poll, and you saw who came in last was me. Yeah, who took the biggest amount of L's? And you saw my name was up there, but I was last. I only garnered like 7% of the popular vote. So that just goes to show you who who's going to tell you the truth and who's not. So, so all right then, guys. Does anybody have any more questions? Cycle, if you're still out there, brother, who do you think's going to win this game tonight between Bama and Georgia? Because that's right down the street from you. Yes, started today. So, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find a stream for it. 4K is niche market. I agree. So yeah, now look, if with that deal that Marvel or the Disney got, if they're gonna come out at D23 and they say we're gonna put all the Star Wars movies in UHD format, you will see a rush on 4K television. So, you know. Oh my God. Cycle, who do you think is gonna win that game tonight, brother? So who do you think is gonna win tonight? Because you're just right down the street from you, right? Ah, so event hand, nobody cares about that stuff, you know. So, so nobody has a. Did you guys know cable channel? Yeah, you're right. Like I can get 1080i on my cable. That's why I'm taking my stuff in on Friday. So the chaos downtown. All right, yeah, all right, that's cool. Psycho. Who do you think's gonna win though? How do you see that game going? So because I'm trying, I wanted to get to it, but everybody wants to keep talking gaming. So 4K is really for games and Netflix. Yeah. You hope Georgia wins. Yeah, that's fine. But how do you think the game will go? Now I know Alabama's top linebacker is out for the game. So because I'm going to start listening to that stuff about 5 o'clock when I'm playing Elite Dangerous. All right. So you say, all right, Georgia thinks it'll win. Okay. Let me ask you all. All right, I'm going to stream some Elite Dangerous about 4 o'clock. Join me in a game of Elite Dangerous. So I'm trying to get across the galaxy. It's going to take me a long time. So yeah. What is race mixing? We are humans. Yeah, Savage, you're right. So you're right. So yeah, but all right. Well, we're gonna have to wait and see about the game tonight. I don't have any snacks here, but I'm gonna do some ribs. I'm gonna throw my ribs in about 3:30. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna bounce. I've been here for a little close to 2 hours. So, I will get. I'm gonna get on off here. I do appreciate you all being here, and shout out to everybody that was here. Savage, Cycle, all you guys that came in. Trey BK. Kevin G, all the new subs that came in. OBJ, always a pleasure, sir. So, Harry Hamill. So, I Die. You're always here. Charles Daniels, what's up, bro? Mario Bro 9, shout out to you. Thanks for joining us today. Ian Robertson, all you guys. This man, everybody that came through. I do appreciate you all being here. So, and that is it. I'm going to bounce like a bad check. Let's go ahead and get ready for the game tonight. I got to work tomorrow. So it is what it is. All right, guys. I appreciate you all being here. Thanks for subbing. And you all have a blessed afternoon. Stay warm and stay safe. Take it easy, guys. Peace.